Hey, you guys. Got people in here. I'm going live from all over the place. This is Avita, also affectionately known as Evie. To those of you out in the universe who may or may not know, I am the creator of No Madness Travel Tribe and the Audacity Fest, which is our festival that we curated and started 2 years ago, almost 3 years ago now, for travelers of color and our allies. I want to make sure that you guys can hear and see me. I'm streaming on a couple different platforms right now. Don't worry, this was not pre-scheduled. This was not pre-scheduled at all. This is me kind of coming in and talking to you guys because we just launched our Audacity Digi tickets. So I wanted to let you guys know. A number of you may have gotten the Audacity Fest-based newsletter or the No Madness Travel Tribe-based newsletter, but I wanted to kind of come in here and just talk one-to-one. Let me know if you guys can hear me and see me. Just drop a comment wherever you're watching from. I'll get all the comments. It's one of the things I love about this platform. I'm super excited. The team has been working so hard. Obviously, COVID, we are a small business. No Madness is a small business. And so COVID has hit us as well, too. I think everybody's just trying to figure out what their pivot, what their innovation looks like in this moment, what those things are. And we're a part of that, too. I see Tatiana Wells. Thank you, darling. I see that you're here. Let me pop you up. I love it. I love how this is waving at me. And so I wanted to talk to you guys about that because Audacity Digi is one of No Madness's pivots, First things first, for those of you who don't know about Audacity Fest, right? I started Audacity Fest almost 3 years ago because frankly, I was tired of going to travel-based events and being the only person of color there. There have literally been times where I was the only Black person there. And in a lot of these events, I actually speak there. So it's, even with being on the stage and being somebody that's featured, I'm very much aware and have a stage view of the lack of diversity that is in so many of these spaces. It's still to this day very whitewashed. And, that's a part of why I do what I do with No Madness and why I always have. But Audacity was a way for us to bring our resources together, our community, our people, our conversations, the things that were relevant to us in travel, our influencers and people that were really, creating community and community organizers. It was just a place for us, by us, to be able to come together at least once a year. And so we were slated to have our in-person one in New York this year, the weekend of August 20th to the 23rd in New York. We are going to have to postpone that. We are still honoring everybody's tickets. If you bought any ticket for anything that weekend, it is absolutely going to be honored for whenever we can postpone those dates too. We'll be in communication. We've been in communication with you guys and we'll continue to do so. But actually, in fact, if you bought any tickets for that weekend, you're ahead of the game because now you're getting free access to every single Audacity Digi that we pull out until we get to our next physical festival. And the first one is going to be on Saturday, May 30th. We're super excited about this, you guys, really excited about this. I can't wait to bring all the work that we have together, out to you guys. As you can see in the little ticker tape situation down here, this banner, I'm going to add this to it. Saturday, May 30th. Save it. So you'll see Saturday, May 30th is the first time that we're bringing everybody together digitally, and we have a really dope platform, and we've launched our tickets as of today. You can get them at audacityfest.com. Tickets are only $20. It's very, very cheap, very reasonable, especially for the amount of insights that you guys are going to be getting into our community. They're $20. And then we also are spotlighting 3 different Black-owned businesses from around the world with our Audacity Digi. So you'll see it when you go to the website, Audacity Fest, and you see the ticket tiers. This time around, we're showcasing a small Black-owned business from South Africa, one from Cartagena, and another one from Philadelphia. So you'll see for Curiosity Africa, you guys know if you've ever gone on a South African No Madness trip, you've heard us talk about it. You actually saw during the quarantine content, I sat with Becky Dubé of Curiosity Africa. Young Black entrepreneurs, Joe Burgers, as they call them, originally from Johannesburg, who have an amazing lodging as well as tours. I swear by their Soweto tour, that are being hit right now really from COVID because people aren't able to travel. And so we want to show up not just for the industry, but also for our fellow Black owned businesses that are being hit in this sector right now. So there's a $5 donation tier for Curiosity. There's also a $5 donation for, I know a lot of your favorites, which is Alex Roca of the Experience Real Cartagena. He's absolutely amazing. We love Alex. He's like tribe famous and was able to build out this company and become a very trusted tour operator that we have in Cartagena. Same thing with his business and operations. He's been hit majorly. And so there's also a donation opportunity for $5 to add onto your ticket that will go directly to him, as well as B-Girl World. If you went to the physical Audacity Fest in Memphis and you had a VIP ticket, you saw Disha Dyer and I sit down and have a really candid and awesome conversation on that Sunday VIP session. And Disha is the former Secretary of Communications, I think it was, for President Barack Obama's administration. And so she has a nonprofit based out of Philly, where she's from, called B-Girl World, where she takes teenage women, particularly Black young girls, and through global education, as well as international travel, she's able to bring the world to them. So those $5 donation tiers you'll actually see on our ticket page. And those are the 3 businesses that we're spotlighting on our first Audacity Digi for Saturday, May 30th. And that will go directly to them after the completion of the event. And so it's amazing. And this is our pivot, right? Like, we are known for bringing people that look like us in the travel sphere together. I am known for building community. This is our thing. And it's like, I guess we're at home and we can't move and all of this other crap, but we're doing our best to be able to create an experience. And the platform that we are housing Audacity Digi on is bomb. It's bomb, y'all. I'm going to tell you guys about some of the functionality. So there's a main stage, a digital main stage, and it's dope. We've been able to curate it. We've been able to do kind of like here, this funky stuff that you're seeing on my page right now. I've been learning all types of stuff, graphics and whatnot. But there's a main stage that'll house all of our panels and our workshops throughout the day. There will be break-off session capabilities. Marta said, I got my ticket for Digi today. I appreciate you, boo. Thank you so much. We appreciate you. We're pushing it today. Today's the launch, and we're going through until 3 hours before the event. So today's very important for us as far as gauging interest and all that good stuff. So thank you. So we have the main stage. We also have break-off sessions in which you guys can kind of pair up. And if there is a topic or if there is a speaker or presenter that has access on the back end that would like to get a small group of people together, you can do that in a break-off session. Also, there's networking capabilities on the platform that we're using, which is really dope. It's actually a video networking capability, kind of like this. The way that I said it to my team when we did the back end testing, I was like, this feels like speed dating. It feels like speed dating. So when you go into the actual networking portion of the portal that we're using, you actually get paired up with somebody that's there. You do not know who you're going to get paired up with. And you guys can video interact and have a networking session for up to 5 minutes. Before it scrambles you and puts you with somebody else. Now, if there is somebody that you know is actually in the event at that time that you want to network with specifically, all you have to do is go into our people directory for the event, and there will be a tab that you can click on them and tell them, hey, I want to video chat with you, so you guys can have your own private networking session. It's like super easy, really streamlined. I'm really excited about that. I think it's something, this is the thing, right? There's certain attributes to doing stuff digitally that makes it easier and in a way kind of like more engaging than even doing stuff in real life. There are things that you cannot duplicate, and that should not be duplicated because we need people, we need energy, we need vibe, we need bodies, things of that nature. But there's some really cool capabilities through the portal hop-in that we're using that will allow engagement to really be interactive and immersive. I'm excited about it and that we found it in time. There's also a digital marketplace, which is dope. So if you've ever been to Audacity Fest, we have vendors. These are the digital versions of our vendor booths, which is really cool. There'll be a video introducing their product, their service, their destination, whatever they fall under, that's there. You'll be able to click and register your interest with them. They're going to be offering over discounts for various products. You can even chat on the back end directly with the booth director. So if you want to have a more extended conversation with them, you absolutely can, which I think is super awesome and helpful on their back end to be able to know who's really interested in what they have to offer, whether it's a destination or a product. So this is just like, I mean, it's above and beyond. They're geniuses who created this platform. And I'm just happy that we're going to be housing what I believe will be one of many Audacity Fests. So our first one is on Saturday, May 30th. But the truth is, I think we're going to be rolling these Audacity Digis out every like 2 to 3 months. I just think it's funny because the team was brainstorming before COVID, like how can we keep the momentum going throughout the course of the year before we can come together in person and really do it again. And COVID kind of was like, guess what? You have no choice. So now you need to go figure it out. And so now we have. And so this is something where each Digi is going to kind of have its own theme. And we'll be presenting you guys with that earlier. And you'll be able to get tickets right on the Audacity Fest site at audacityfest.com. And you'll just be able to see the Audacity Digi ticket tier. And it's up now. It went live 2.5 hours ago. You guys have been buying tickets. I'm super excited and so grateful because, I mean, full transparency, this is a part of our pivot. It's a very scary time. And even with our business and our community working in the travel industry, like we need support too. And so I think it's amazing that we're able to provide such a dynamic product and experience for you guys, even digitally, because, you know, experiences are my jam. I'm really happy that we're able to bring this to you guys, but I want to talk a little bit about who's going to be there. Let me pull up who's going to be there. Okay. So this is the preliminary rundown. And I say preliminary because literally we are adding on to this. So you can see this schedule on the website at audacityfest.com as well. But I'm going to just talk through it a little bit so you get an idea of the flow. But we are actively adding to this. So it's going to be even more robust than what I'm going to walk you guys through right now. So on Saturday, May 30th, it's on a weekend, so you'll have time. We start at 11:45 a.m. because I don't like getting up super early in the morning. 11:45 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, 8:45 PST. So it's still kind of like a generic work day. You can sleep in a little bit later, and you're just soaking in information. You don't have to disseminate any during that time. So for our PST people, don't worry. We're starting at 11:45 Eastern Standard Time. At 12 o'clock, 9 a.m. PST, I come on. I'm giving you guys my whole spiel about Audacity Digi, the pivot, what manifesting Audacity Fest was like, and now also being presented with, you know, what life looks like at this moment. And just talking a little bit about 101 on how to function, how to get through the functionality of the actual platform. Then we're going into a panel with our Board of Tourism's, which I'm super excited about. I think as a traveler, this panel, which is called What's Next, talking through the other side of travel with boards of tourism. Visit Oakland is on board already. We have a number of both islands and other cities in the United States to talk to, different countries that are coming on board for this conversation. I think as a traveler, this panel is really important to you guys because we're all trying to figure out like, what the hell is this going to look like on the back end, right? And I think it's very important for us to allow the people who are working the boards of tourism, who have the access to this, who are on the ground in these various places we eventually want to travel back to, answer those questions for us. And I think if you're a travel influencer or a content creator, this is important because I'm curating this one, moderating it. And one of the questions I have for the boards of tourism is like, look, what can we do in this moment right now to make sure that we are as best prepared as humanly possible to get those marketing coins when everything opens back up and you guys are looking at working with us again? And so I think that there's a duality to this panel and this conversation that's going to be really dope for everybody that watches. Another panel we have, the Road for Content Creators panel, Travel or Bust. Now, this is like going to be one of my favorites. I can't wait. We have Jabril Agoro of Passport Heavy. If you guys know, you know. We have Clay of the Win Collective. Literally, Passport Heavy and the Win Collective, to me, have the dopest travel content in the game. Like, period, hands down. Everybody in the Black travel game knows of both of these entities, especially Jabril. And so he spoke at our first Audacity Fest as well in Oakland. We also have Barang, who is an amazing up and coming, but creatively established videographer and shooter, who I've actually brought onto my team for some projects, actually, who's amazing. And he's actually going to have some break-off workshops and offerings around Lightroom presets. So if you are somebody that's like looking to get into content creation, whether it's travel or not, learn from the best in this workshop. This road for content creators is like, I don't care if you just want to blog, if you're learning about blogging and video blogging right now, if you are somebody who's like into it and been in it for a while, but you want to up the quality of your content on the other end of COVID or while you're at home, this is the panel not to miss with some of the heavy hitters in the Black travel game. Another panel we have is, Can I Have Your Attention? Capturing brands and audience while in the midst of pivots and transitions. This is for like any entrepreneur, anybody that is in the balance of a pivot, anybody that's looking for the encouragement, but also the resources to effectively be able to know how to transition during this time. We have some amazing people on this. We have Lucinda Cross. If you know Lucinda, her energy is so crazy. I remember meeting her in a television green room because we were on the same show on the same day years ago. And she has Activate Your Vision, which is an amazing campaign. It's an online challenge that she's had. And it's also her conference series that's been amazing. We have travel influencer and sustainability guru. Hey, Ashley Renee. Ashley and Glow were actually on our media panel last year, which was so dope, so dope. And so she's coming back to talk about sustainability, to talk about how she's constantly working with these brands and how she gets these brand contracts even in the middle of COVID, and what that pivot looks like for her right now and what she's focusing on. And we have Lola Akinmad Akastrom. I'm going to get that right if I didn't just butcher it. But she's a longtime No Madness member, but she's also repped by National Geographic, award-winning travel photographer and journalist. Like, Lola is the real deal if you are in this travel game. So you guys are learning and going to be talking with and listening to some of the best in this game. We're excited to bring these people to you guys. Another panel we have is politics and culture. Why we cannot forget that 2020 is a voting year. I refuse, as Avita Turquoise Robinson, and as the creator of No Madness Travel Tribe and Audacity Fest, I refuse to allow us to gather in any capacity of more than 3 people throughout the course of 2020 and us not remind one another that it is a voting year. There is a lot going on in the world right now, guys, and we know this, and we're doing our best with what we have. But at the same token, we are months away from an opportunity to really change what is happening in the White House as far as our American-based constituents are concerned. We need to take advantage of this moment. It is important. We need to have this conversation, and we need to make sure that we are being led in the best direction for us in this country going forward, because COVID has only made things that much more complicated. And so to house that conversation, which is going to be a fireside chat, I am going to be interviewing Miss Stephanie Young. Stephanie Young is the Communications and Culture Director for First Lady Michelle Obama's When We All Vote initiative. We got somebody on the home team coming through, one of Miss Michelle, First Lady, our forever First Lady, Michelle Obama's constituents, on her When We All Vote initiative. And that is a very important conversation that we're going to have. I'm super excited about that one. We're going to have a virtual happy hour. We're working with one of your favorite islands right now to see if they're going to hook us up with a mixologist and some recipes so that we can have a little sip in the middle of our Audacity Digi Festival, online festival on May 30th. And then another panel that I'm actually going to be spearheading is the power of communities, from connection to commerce. So I'm in the middle of creating an ebook as well as a course that is teaching people on the power of community, curating community specifically in a way to build connection, but also to build commerce. And I think now more than ever, with COVID, you realize that if you don't have a community, you're behind the curve, right? I utilize my community for so many things, whether it's just camaraderie and people coming together. Sometimes I use my community as a focus group. You know, there definitely are consumers, whether they're buying trips or they're buying merchandise or buying their Audacity Digi tickets. We're all about trying to create something that really connects with our community on a visceral level so that it's real, you know? And so I want to get together with some of my other community organizers and talk about some resources and also ways that we've utilized and also built out community in our respective areas around the world. So I think that's also going to be a really good one for those of you that are out there looking for community or are part of really dope communities like No Madness and our people that we have that come out to Audacity Fest. So yeah, listen, I've gone through the portal. I've gone through some of the panels. Again, that's just right now. We are still getting confirmations in. So there's more to that. We are going to have workshops and break-off sessions, the one-to-one networking. Listen, you're getting all of this stuff for a $20 ticket. And then if you want to add a donation on top of it for our spotlighted Black-owned small businesses around the world, add that $5. And for $25, I guarantee you it's going to be the best $25 that you spent the whole month of May. Boo. Okay? So listen, I love you guys. I appreciate you taking the time. Tag all your travel friends. Again, if you have bought any tickets for Audacity NYC, the original Audacity Fest, do not worry. You are getting an email that will come closer to the time of the event, and it will get you the free access that you are looking for. We are honoring those tickets. I love this, Evelyn. Looking forward to this event. So are we. Like, literally, there's so much work that's happening on the back end of it, but it's super, super dope. And I'm excited for what and who we're bringing to the table. Marta, I appreciate this. She said the donation option was so dope. Listen, we have relationships with these people. Like, everybody's going through it in their own way. It's important that if I have a platform, I can also use it to help amplify for these people that may not be able to do it and reach out on their own. You know, why not? Let's help the community, right? I keep everything in the community as much as humanly possible. So I love you guys. Again, Audacity Digi Volume 1 is going down on Saturday, May 30th. Go get your tickets now, audacityfest.com. They just opened up 2.5 hours ago. People are buying them up, and I think it's awesome. Marta actually just came in with a question. Will we all be able to buy live tickets once it's safe to come to NYC? Absolutely. Absolutely. Once it's safe, listen, we more than doubled our attendance from 2018 in Oakland to 2019 in Memphis. Like, we're talking real life people that came out to Audacity Fest. So we were in that groove. Right? And we were anticipating about 1,000 people coming out to New York City. So like I said, we're honoring the tickets that were purchased that weekend, but also, like, there will definitely be an open for when we have the upcoming dates for everything. We actually found out on the back end that the venue space that we were working with, they actually ended up having a COVID outbreak. So it's just like, look, everything happens for a reason. Safe over sorry. And what I'm not going to be is the person who gives 1,000 Black people COVID. Okay. So that's how I'm handling that situation. But I love this. Just wrote this on my calendar. We appreciate you guys. Again, spread the word. We've got like about 2.5 weeks before we launch, but tickets are open as of today, and we're bringing some really amazing content to you guys as per usual. And we appreciate you rocking with us and supporting our small Black, minority-owned, and female-run business as well. We appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. Have a good day. Please stay safe.